It was, I sent her that picture probably halfway through the process of the 2 months I've been away, and she couldn't believe it. The changes, what she could see in that picture. And she made a comment like, "Oh my God, Dad, you look half dead in that first picture. Compared to how you look now, you look completely different. It's like a different person." And I purposely didn't show her any pictures or any of my family any pictures until I was happy to show them pictures. And that first picture, I would never have shown anyone that first picture unless it was the fact that I had a picture to show them how I was and how I am now. It was just almost embarrassing. Running a business, trying to set up a business, it can trigger all sorts of stresses which you don't really realize how bad that is until you reach a point like I've reached now. With traveling overseas a lot, lots of different time zones, I'd come back, I'd hit the ground running, trying to get tasks completed before I'd fully recovered from jet lag. And I'd literally find myself working until past midnight, burning candles at both ends, still eating food, maybe at those sort of times of the day. And it's just so wrong to think back now of what I was doing. And literally you're damaging yourself by doing this. I knew I needed a coach because I was just so busy with life in general and business. I just didn't have time to even put pen to paper to like, how am I going to do this? You know, what gym am I going to join? What do I need to eat? Everybody knows what they shouldn't eat, but not everybody knows what they should eat. And this is where Nick and Ryan really comes in, which is they're very different from a lot of other coaches out there. So in the past, I've tried other companies within the health and fitness industry, been let down, to be honest, because they prescribe like a PDF version of recipes which are quite unrealistic, hard to prep for, take lots of time, very time consuming. And also what I found was these coaches spent 20 minutes online talking to you, but didn't really give you the answers of how it works, why it works, and did not cover sleep either. And sleep is so important, because if you don't have the right recovery, you're not going to perform well the next day, whether it's in business or whether it's in the gym. What made me decide that Nick and Ryan Unstoppabl was right for me personally was not only just for my personal life and well-being, but this will also greatly benefit my business life. When I'm meeting potential clients, when I'm networking, because it's so important that you carry yourself well and you come across as confident. Before the process I've just gone through with Ryan, my confidence wasn't like it is now. I was always very self-conscious of maybe how I looked. My clothes probably didn't fit me how they used to. It's completely changed now. While working with Unstoppabl, I've achieved a weight loss of 1.5 stone, which is 9.5 kilos. I've rolled back my body's metabolic age by 5 years, which is, I just didn't think that was going to be possible. Clothes are now fitting me what used to fit me and no longer did. I've binned a lot of clothes because there's no going back. There's been a big change in my eating habits compared to how I was before I started the process with Ryan and Unstoppabl. I was literally grabbing food on the go, crisp, chocolate, cookies, eating real random times of the day. Because I travel overseas a lot and I'm in and out different time zones, I could even find myself eating at 2 in the morning. All that has stopped now. Looking back at previous pictures of how I used to look before the process I've just gone through, it's made me realise that basically what I did to myself, and at the time you don't realise. Ryan and Nick are so genuine guys, they're so easy to talk to, very approachable. It's basically coaching with no BS, straight to the point. They don't tell you what they think you want to hear, they tell you what you need to hear to achieve your goals. I would recommend Unstoppabl to any of my friends and family within a heartbeat. I've achieved so much in the last 2 months where I didn't think that I would be able to achieve that being in my mid-40s. In fact, it surprised me of what can be achieved, because I've learned so much about nutrition and fitness and how to get better sleep. If I was having a conversation with anybody who was on the fence whether or not to work with Nick and Ryan at Unstoppabl, I would just say, I'd actually get my phone out and say, that's how I used to look, this is how I look now. And I would reassure them with how their coaching techniques and their calls and their honesty and their professionalism and the knowledge. Why would you not want to work with them? The injuries I've had over the past is chronic back pain, a bulging disc, and I'm on a prescribed painkiller. Recently I've just been overseas and I took 2 months worth of painkillers with me. And I didn't realise until I actually returned from that trip that I've hardly touched those painkillers. Over the last decade, I've been involved with competitive shooting. This has been a passion of mine. I've won 4 British championships to date. The last one was in 2016. Then I had 3 years off where I competed in other competitions overseas in world championships. And I decided to go back and try and have a go at what I've been successful in the past. And I was just absolutely shocked because I'd gained weight, I'd lost strength, and I just didn't do as well as I wanted to. So this year I'm going back to the British Championships with a completely different game plan. I've lost 1.5 stone, I've gained strength, I've gained confidence, and I'm really looking forward to trying to do well again.